Oh, it just went live. Okay.
Okay. Hello. Hola, hola, hola. Hola, hola, la, la, la.
Hi guys. Can you hear us? Type 1 if you can hear us.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
What's that sound?
It's just someone's selling fruit outside.
Okay.
I don't know what.
Okay, everybody can hear us. Yay.
Yeah.
Okay,
Mm.
Sarah, Marta, Carla, Trina, Steve Ho, present, Shammer, Mara, Aziza, Ariel, Carlene, Ika, Ivy, Theo, 5KWC, Roy, Griffither, Kiara, Julianne, Lisbeth, Lexington. Okay, everyone's here. Let's start. Let's start, okay? So, let's go on with your comments first. So the
Mm-hmm.
topic's going to be Irene, Idol, behind the scene reputations, BTS China, and more. Let's see. Mm, yeah. Yeah, it's been clarified that Chinese armies aren't boycotting the BTS albums and the companies are blacklisting. Yeah. Idols should be aware of their actions all the time. They're
Mm-hmm.
humans, but they should also remember this is also their job they have signed. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I think what Irene did was really inexcusable, and it's really a shame that it's obviously an issue that's been happening for a while. Okay. Yeah, a normal 9 to 6 job, you can probably hold it until you get home and take it out somehow. Yeah. Mm, okay, that's a long comment. You can read it. Mm, from the information that's been coming out, the girl clearly didn't. You do her job correctly. Still not an excuse to lash out on people, but I'm going not going to side with each other of them. Okay,
Mm.
so yeah, basically
Interesting.
we need to see both sides. Yeah. Can we talk about the nicest to rudest K-pop idols? Uh,
Mm. Interesting.
maybe, yeah, in this stream.
Mm. Mm.
Hmm.
Tell me
Uh,
more.
Steve Lurko says, in the first segment, you mentioned that this guy killed himself because he couldn't prove his innocence. Doesn't your system of justice say that a person is innocent until he is proven guilty? Well, for that case, I think you're talking about the toy soldiers case. For that case, a lot of people. Actually, there was another incident. Like a lot of people choose suicide because, like, it's not about the legal justice system or anything. It's about the
It's the
social.
public
Yeah, yeah.
court.
Yeah, so
Public.
there was this one writer that recently committed suicide because he
Oh.
got caught in a false Me Too accusation. So he became this like sexual offender.
Himself? Himself?
Yeah,
He killed himself?
I think
Oh,
so.
what the? No, I don't think he. I don't think he.
Yes, he did.
No. Anyway,
Yeah.
yeah.
Anyways, yeah. Anyways, I saw that news, and
Mm.
what else?
Oh yeah, Samsung CEO died.
Oh yeah, that's the
Yo,
biggest
guys.
news. That's
Okay,
the
this is the
biggest news.
biggest news secret right now. Okay, so this guy, let me tell you, he's been basically dead the
For 6 years.
past 6 years,
Mm.
6 years only.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, he's been basically like in a hospital, unconscious in a coma for 6 years. And in Korea, they tax you for getting your parents' money,
Yep.
right?
Mm-hmm.
So
Inheritance
they
fees.
inheritance, yeah, inheritance tax. And basically, the son of the CEO of Samsung, who is basically running Samsung right now, Lee Jae-yong, I guess he didn't want to pay the taxes or something. Why was it that he kept him alive? What
Because
was the reason?
because over the years they wanted to do some uh,
Deal, right?
no, it's like you know you have more time to launder your money, like you can
Oh,
evade
oh. right, launder his money.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess now that's all complete. So uh, he kept him alive for 6 years, which is fucking crazy. Like, this is your dad, and he's basically dead. Like, he might as well be dead. He's not coming back, but you kept him alive for 6 years. Um, and then he died yesterday. But the inheritance tax is insane. My personal opinion is that it's too big. It's 60%. So apparently, the guy has to pay about like 10 billion to get 18 billion. No. So the inheritance is 18 billion, but he'll be taxed 10 billion. So he'll have 8 billion left. Uh, so yeah,
Yeah, we'll cover this more on DK News.
yeah,
Mm.
but yeah, that's a big tax.
Mm-hmm.
That's a big tax. Mm.
Mm.
I personally don't think that they should be taxed that big. 60%. Yeah,
Mm.
it's insane. And actually, like a lot of times, like it's not only 60% for like super rich people, but like moderately rich people. You know, like middle class to someone who came from middle class but got rich. Like even for them, like 60%. Let's just say like your grandpa, your dad owned a house, and because of inflation and some other factors, your house became over like $1 million in value, which is not that much, honestly. In Seoul, like almost all houses are $1 million. Then you'd have to pay $5 million if you want to inherit him, $0.5 million if you wanted to inherit his house. So a lot of people just end up like giving up or getting in debt to get that inheritance. so yeah, it's 30% is high. I think like 10% or below. But anyway, yeah. So a lot of people end up like giving up their inheritance
Yeah.
because they can't pay.
Yeah, and there's like diverse opinions about Irene's situation. Even if you're not a celebrity in a professional setting, you gotta keep your cool no matter what, how much pressing your circumstances are. Okay. And since you guys talked about seeing Pang PD complain about TXT in a bar, do you guys happen to have insider information whether they're nice to staff or something like that? Okay, Danny might have some, but I don't know if he wants to talk
I
about it.
don't think I can name. I don't want to
Okay.
get sued. Yeah.
How idols have been conditioned taught to working attitudes dynamics since their trainee days. Oh, okay. Okay, so yeah, let's go into the real news. So to give you a brief update on the whole Irene thing, so it blew up. You guys watched our DK News, and from uh, further on from that moment, more people, more industry people came out and actually took side for Irene, and they said positive stuff about her. But a lot of people didn't buy it because the timing was weird. Like they didn't stand up for her until like the um, agreement was made and the was out. Apology was out. So people said like it's fishy. Like obviously they're in the industry, so they're gonna defend. Blah blah blah. And this one person from the Double Patty staff, ex-staff production manager, came out and he or she did not take sides, but all he pointed out is that that we should try to look at what made these idols like this, and he said maybe the industry spoils their artists, like the management and stuff like that. So yeah, that's a thing angle to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
And also, the editor and stylist made an additional post and basically blah blah blah. She apologized and she emphasized that there were no monetary negotiations because people said like there must
Oh,
have
she
been
got money.
there
Yeah.
must have been a back deal, which is I mean I would have thought that too, like to be honest.
Honestly, I thought the same.
Yeah. But she
I mean,
clarified.
if I were in her position,
Yeah.
I would be like, yo, But how about like $200,000?
But yeah, she said there are no monetary negotiations. All she wants is like a apology. So
Knet's reactions on Irene's case. Well, everybody's on the editor side, so no one's rooting for Irene. Uh,
and
and actually, what?
no, just one more. Just saying, Red Velvet's Joy receives hate on Instagram as well. That's splash damage. Yeah,
Mm,
yeah. People saying
yeah,
you're the same as Irene. Blah blah blah. Yeah. So those were the updates, and let's go talk about it. Yeah.
yeah.
Continue. What you were saying?
Oh, a lot of Knets, most Knets are very pissed, but I think it's just kind of like blew over now. Um, I don't know if Irene's gonna make a comeback. Like they're on their last year of the contract, you know that, right?
Mm.
So SM could very well just like let Irene go and not sign with her again.
Letting Irene go would be the
They
stupidest.
actually revealed a new rookie group today,
Mm.
Grow Group,
Yeah.
which is very suspicious. The timing, you know, everybody's thinking like, okay, now Red Velvet's out the window. We
Nah.
can bring a new group in.
The
But
distraction.
this is actually what happened when Shide got into like some drama with the contract and shit. You know, internal drama, right? Like they introduced was it FX that got introduced or Red Velvet? I don't remember, but um yeah, basically SM works in a way where if you cause too much fuss at the end of your contracts, then your a new group is introduced, and you're basically, you know, sidelined. Uh, but yeah,
Mm. Yeah, they don't. They won't let Irene go, in my opinion. But
mm,
I don't think there's gonna be a big damage on
mm.
her future opportunities or anything. But
I will. I mean, like they won't get ads. I don't think.
immediate damage was done. They had to cancel their fan
Yeah,
signs
yeah, yeah.
and some deals.
Concert.
Yeah. So, Sarang G says, is it true that in the industry, people who like the staff's comments against Irene turned out to be fake accounts? Have you heard of this? To be honest, like I'm not following all this, and
No, they're not
I,
fake accounts.
yeah, I just follow the official articles, and I don't believe anything on Twitter. So, yeah, like the offensive.
Well, okay, so I'm pretty up to date on this shit. I'm pretty up to date on this shit, so I'll tell you. So there are fake accounts,
Mm,
obviously. Like, there are accounts that were fake, but there were also a lot of verified accounts, like verified, not as in checkmark, but like, you know, people, real people are saying this. Real people, industry insiders were saying this. So just because like there's a few fake accounts that were like trying to get attention and say, you know, like this and that doesn't negate the fact that a lot of industry, actual industry insiders have liked and supported the post. But then a lot of industry insiders also said that they had a good experience working with Irene. But I also think that doesn't negate the fact that these people, other people, have had a negative experience. And I realized like so um, these people that were coming out saying they had a good experience,
mm,
a lot of them were people in like positions of power,
mhm.
like not power, but like someone who might be important. Whereas a lot of people who were complaining or someone who might not as be on the same level of authority as Irene. So I think maybe she treats certain people in a certain way, is what I'm thinking. Uh, was it ever revealed what was said? No, no, yeah, but yeah. I'm not very sure of what she said, but because she apologized so quick, people are thinking like it's something pretty bad. Yeah, yeah.
Okay. I best. I
Oh,
guess Danny gave you a good update.
also, yeah, and I think people are right to be angry at this, uh,
Mm.
because it's a serious issue in Korean society, uh, like this kind of shit happening at work and stuff. Yeah, yeah, um,
Are you done?
yeah.
Okay.
There's actually another controversy
Uh,
that like Korean fans are and versus international fans.
mm,
I think you guys might know this better. In some EXO video, like
mm.
EXO content, um, Dave is not even listening. In some EXO content, basically, I think like some members were like in the dark, and some other EXO members they made fun of them being in the dark and not being able to see them, and then international fans got offended because that's racist. I don't know. Yeah, you guys tell me. But it was that's what I got from the post in Korea. So, uh, yeah,
Yeah.
that's kind of dumb drama, but
Yeah.
okay.
Okay. Let's. I think a lot of Patreons joined because we said we would
You want to hear the tea?
spill the
Okay.
beans.
So let's talk about the good and the bad.
Okay.
Uh, so my friend who works at the for one of the biggest boy groups in the world stated that uh, inside the group, um, essentially, like they're all pretty good, well mannered, but the two people, the two rappers, the one except for the out of the three rappers, the two rappers, and excluding the one that's like a good dancer, is they're really really professional, and they're the ones that really lead the group to get the job done. Is what he told me. Like whenever they're like filming an ad or something, and they're like fooling around and shit like that, they take the leader roles, and they bring the group together, and they make the job easier for everybody else. So he really praised those two people.
And you already told them in DK News.
Well, I didn't tell them in detail, like so one example he gave me was like there was a time when these guys uh there was a time when these guys they were not so professional on set, like they were not so professional on set, and they basically just ended up like delaying the shoot a lot. But then the next day, uh, apparently those two rappers got back to their dorms and said something to them, and apparently the next day their attitude changed 180, and and they got the job done so fast. So like things like that, like uh, tell me that those two are really good to work with.
I mean,
I think you have more stories.
I can kind of verify that because uh like the closest I went to BTS was like you know backstage when I was in Mama, and I was right in front of their tent. Like they have like tents to isolate the groups and stuff if you're in a convention center and stuff. So when I was there, I literally like stood right next to them and heard what they were saying and what they were doing. And they were getting ready for the award ceremonies, and all the stylists and all the makeup artists were like fixing their makeup and like giving them clothes and all. And among them, like I can verify that RM is Suga. I think I don't know. I don't. Maybe this is a different angle, but I felt like they were the most calm over there. I mean, RM was reciting like rehearsing for like his whole speech and
Right.
stuff like that, so he had a lot to do. But anyways, those two were just on the chairs, and they were just
Mm.
like just calm and not doing anything. And RM was just like keep like rehearsing and rehearsing over and over with his speech. So maybe it's just personality. And yeah, the stylist and the makeup artist, they had a much easier job. But when I saw the other dudes like Jin, JK, and Jimin, um, they were like, I don't think this is bad behavior or attitude, but it must have been a harder job for the stylist and the makeup artist because they were constantly like moving and playing with
They're
each
like
other.
kids.
Yeah, like it's and like the makeup artists are like, 가만히 있어, like they have to fix their makeup and stuff like that. So, and maybe it's just personalities, but overall, other than that, I felt like they were very professional because when they came out from the tents, and there's like this whole aisle they have to pass through to get to the actual award stage, backstage. When they were passing that, I was very surprised because even at that time, that was like 2018 or 19. Even at that time,
Mm.
BTS was like the king of the kings, and
Mm.
um, wow, the 90-degree bowing stuff, like the folder bowing, that's usually for rookies. But really, I noticed like there were like this whole aisle was full of like Mnet personnel and other stylists and other makeup teams from for other idols and stuff like that. But like there were like 100 people. It was like the Red Sea with Moses, and BTS was passing by, and they literally bowed down. I don't know, like 20 times,
20 times.
like
Oh,
with the 90-degree stuff. They were like, 안녕하세요, 잘 부탁드립니다. 안녕하세요, 안녕하세요, 안녕하세요. And yeah, it was like really refreshing and to see that. And especially like the two I told you before, Danny told you before.
mm.
I
Mm.
mean, what like good I don't want this to get out of like context or blown out of proportion in any kind of way, but uh if I were to express it, the most like what do you call it, like free the member with the free soul, like a
Mm.
little bit more laid back, I would say was
Mm.
like JK.
Mm.
JK
Mm.
was at the back and he was like very chill, and he was like, yeah, he was bowing at the same time, but like how they have these model walking. Do you know what that is?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, like
Runway.
while the other members like they were just all like traditional like bowing and stuff.
Yeah.
I noticed J Hope and JK at the back. They were like, you know, model walking, and they're like and stuff like that. So I mean, I think it's all about personality. I think it's all about
Mm.
personality and stuff. So, but I've heard from a lot of people in the advertising industry. I know a person who works with LG ad,
Mm.
and BTS did an LG
Oh,
commercial.
I met him yesterday.
Oh, not that dude, not that dude,
Yeah.
but a girl. But we talked this over
Mm.
with a Vietnamese noodle. But
Can you
well,
talk about not something else than BTS? I think we
oh,
know
okay,
BTS
okay,
a bit
okay.
about that.
So anyways, they said they're very good. Something
Yeah.
maybe something bad then.
Okay, well,
We're not gonna name names.
some some group that's been around for 3 years, 2 years,
Uh,
part of a very big company,
mm,
has some attitude issues. And I actually actually a lot of the industry people, they tell me that these rookie idols that come out of big companies usually have their attitude issues like in the second or third year of their careers, because they usually get better preferential treatment because they're from big companies, uh, in like TV stations. And if you think about it, like for a lot of people, even if the idols themselves might be not so popular, um, their clients or the other companies, they want to maintain a good relation with that company itself, with the label itself, because They have all these other artists that they want to reach. So so uh, yeah, for one particular case, this rookie group in their second or third year in a big company, they think they're like the shit, and the rest of the company feels like they're only there because of the company. They're only popular. Like everybody else thinks like, oh, these kids are only popular because of the company. But then like they act like divas basically. I don't know if to the extent of Irene, but they act like, you know, we call it the celebrity disease. They think they're huge ass celebrities when they're actually not. Uh, so so yeah, everybody apparently hates them in the label. But what you gonna do? They have like 4 more years in the contract, and I realized like a lot of times, like the people in the label really hate their artists, right? this is this is. I don't think I've seen someone working in a label that like loves their artist. Uh, Maybe hate is a strong word, but a lot of times they're like, oh, I can't stand that guy, and I think it's because like you get to see every side of that person, so um, and it must be tough working with someone with big egos and stuff like that. So
Yeah. I might
but
have.
but yeah, I think a lot of groups, yeah, they fall into that second or third year celebrity disease, and some people fix it. Sometimes people fix it. Sometimes they don't. So,
I might have a similar
mm,
thing of what Danny said. So,
yeah,
I heard this from an ex-idol,
yeah,
and well, she said like, this is not particularly in like a staff idol dynamic, but it's more like idol dynamic. But
yeah.
she said she like this idol, she was from a relatively smaller group, and
Uh,
they debuted. And then 1 month after, there was another girl group that debuted, and
mhm.
in the idol world, like that 1 month or whatever, like there's a rule that if you debut first, you're the 선배, and
Right,
선배s get respected. You need to like
right.
bow down and like do your.
It's fucking stupid. It's a month.
I know it's kind of stupid, but it's kind of like a rule.
Yeah, yeah.
And so obviously because their debut, was only a 1 month distance apart, they met in the live music shows, and because they just debuted, they didn't get their own rooms and stuff, and so they had to share their rooms. And because one of these groups, like the one that debuted later, they were from a relatively big company, and you know groups from big companies have big egos as well, and there's Humbes, they were at the um, location as well. And why is my dog going off? But yeah, and I basically heard that these girls that just debuted were bitching on this new rookie group that was Humbes, and they ordered like the staff of the music bank or someone, they called the producers and said like, we don't want to share this room with this group. Like, first of all, we're not on the same level, and
Oh,
second,
I think I heard this story before too.
yeah, they're not on the same level as us, and second, we don't want to like we want our privacy and we want our own room. So they demanded that, and the producer actually had to like listen to them. So that's kind of bitching. The producer actually had to listen to them and
Yeah, yeah,
get the group out and make them
yeah,
stand in the hallway or something,
yeah.
despite them being 선배s, because like big company,
Smaller.
the big company
Yeah,
had power. So like I
right.
guess there are always power dynamics in this, and the producer got bitched, and the 선배 group.
So at the end of the day, I think what's important is whether or not you're popular.
Mm,
And Irene got away with it because she was popular
mm,
and she was from SM.
mm,
But I guess the whistleblower, once she when she posted that post, everybody was like, oh, finally someone said it.
Mm.
And I actually heard a lot of terrible stories about that specific person. So
Mm.
so
So
like
like
let me tell you a story
just
that
before this, let me just
actually I can't tell
let
you
me
that
just give
story.
the breadcrumbs and go away. So for people who are wondering this girl group is, maybe there is such a thing called, karma or like some like I mean, a lot of people came out for Irene. Like people said like, "Oh, this is nothing new. I knew this would happen." Like if your behavior is consistently like that, like the universe's energy comes
Mm.
for you at the end, and the
Yeah,
group
yeah.
the group I was
Karma strikes back.
yeah, karma strikes back, and the group I was talking about recently went through a
Mm.
really 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 bad situation, and they're
Right.
not here anymore. So
Mm.
so I don't know.
Mm.
That's your hint on which group that is, and uh, you can match up all the puzzles because like there's an idol I interviewed and there's a group that debuted like in a 1 month distance. So figure it out. And what were you
Oh,
saying?
regarding well, my friend's friend was a stylist for the group, and let me just tell you, like, I mean, I don't know what's in the recording, but after hearing her experiences of working with them for like a few months, and then she quit because she was so stressed out for the way she was treated. I think it would be smart to not defend Irene. After hearing what she said, like yeah, uh yeah. So apparently like yeah, yeah, it was pretty bad. But I'll save my words.
Yeah, we're all
I'll
gonna
just
save
save
our
my
words.
words.
Yeah, we're not gonna name any groups.
Yeah, I won't go into the details. I don't
Yeah.
think it's all right, but uh, let's just say like yeah, she treated people really badly, and it's probably best for her to not have the recording released.
Mm. Okay, like the one more experience. Our OG ducks might know this because I've told them, but for our new ducks, I think they probably don't know. But I this was a happening that I witnessed right in front of my eyes. It just
What?
it just happened right in front of me.
Who?
This dude was a big name from a big
Who?
group, and I had the opportunity to somehow be there at the site, and this dude came over, and we were fans, and then we were meeting him.
Me?
No,
Me?
no, no, no. What are you talking
Was I
about?
there? No, no.
No, no,
Was I
no, no.
there?
You weren't there.
Oh, okay,
So,
okay.
yeah, this dude came out, and then, oh, he suggested doing like an Instagram live suddenly, and then, yeah, yeah, and then like, yeah, he said like, "Where's my phone?" And then the manager brought his phone, and like he was doing Instagram live,
Oh, oh, yeah, 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 yeah.
and then he suddenly said like, "Where are my lights?" Like, cause celebrities need good lighting, right? So he said like, "Where are my lights? I need at least two lights to do the Instagram live." And then like people were like, "Oh, we currently the lights are all being used at the filming site and stuff like that." And yeah, like he could have said, "Oh, okay," but then he suddenly went off, like suddenly became super mad,
Pissed.
yeah, pissed, and then he started like kind of aggressively shouting, and he said like, um, "Hey, whose filming site is this?" Like it, like because extras were like filming inside the music video, and he was like he was like screaming like, whose music video filming site is this? Who is this occasion for? If I want lights, I get lights. And then he said he stood up, and then it was ice cold. The atmosphere was ice cold. Nobody was speaking. And then he stood up and he was like, "I've always told you guys, don't say no before you try. Don't say
But
no."
I kind of agree with him.
Yeah, he was like, he was like, "I said this to you multiple times. Don't say no before you even try. And then he was like grunting by himself. He was like, oh, why do I have to do all the things by myself? And then he just stormed into the music video filming site. He just stopped all the filming, and then he got two lights from himself. He brought them and put one here, put down there. And like, now we're ready. And then and then we just went back into the music video. We just went back into Instagram. He just started the Instagram live, and he was like, "Hey everybody!" It was like a 180 flip, and wow, that was intense. Like I was like, "Whoa, this is scary." But anyways, I don't know if that's gonna be called capture, but I could definitely
I don't think that's kapje. I don't think
I,
that's like being frustrated with your people,
yeah,
staff.
I understand that point of view too. And also to give you context, he said that he had been filming for 2 days straight with like barely any sleep, so he was like very sleep deprived and very stressed out. But at the same time, I think
How
you
does he
know,
keep that energy though? That's
yeah, I
insane.
know, but like with fans on the site, you know, there were fans
Mm.
watching on the site, and like he was like screaming to his manager, like, you know, get my lights right now. Who do you think you're working for? Like I was kind of frightened, frightened with that. So I
Mm.
mean, maybe it might have been the same with Irene. Like maybe she was in a very hard and stressful situation, and she just
But
popped.
well, from the encounters that I heard from that someone who worked with them for like a few months, right? I don't think this was a one-off occasion. No. uh, yeah.
But yeah, I mean, like eh, I don't know. I don't know whose side to take on that issue, but it seemed like the whole music video filming was halted for
Yeah. Oh.
because he took the lights.
Oh.
so
Oh. Wow.
so I don't know.
Then he's shooting himself in the foot then, because he's gonna spend more time in this set then. But anyway,
Anyways, yeah.
I think this isn't just a problem with celebrities,
Hmm.
uh, YouTubers as well. I think a lot of YouTubers.
Mm.
It's funny because like once they hit a certain subscriber count or certain number of years, I see some YouTubers who think like they're this shit. Don't you?
Mm.
I think I see a lot of less of that now.
Mm.
But when like at least like a year or two ago,
Mm.
and maybe it's because I don't hang out with other YouTubers anymore, but uh like at least a year or two ago, like I would see that kind of behavior so much.
Mm.
Um and basically like if we go to YouTuber meetups, how it works is uh they ask for your channel name, like, oh, let me subscribe to you, which is a lie. They're not trying to subscribe to you, they're just trying to check out your subscriber count.
Mm.
And then like once you got the subscriber count figured out, it forms some sort of like, I guess, hierarchy
Mm.
within that room.
Yeah, right. Right.
And then like the person with the most subscribers becomes the shit.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty funny.
Yeah.
But a lot of times like I don't think like usually the people with the most subscribers, they're not like that. They're not like that. But someone who's like started like a year ago, a few months ago, and they got like about 100,000 subscribers. Those kind of the people are usually the ones that get really big headed. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, and they think they're the shit.
Yeah.
Um, yeah.
Another cup of tea, which is pretty
Okay.
obvious. Which is pretty obvious though. Um, I met this YouTuber. She's a oh,
Who?
anyways, I met this YouTuber. She was a editor and advertisement person.
Yeah.
And she met a lot of celebrities. And she worked with this big group, a big
Mm,
group. And
mm,
um, what was interesting was like I'm not gonna go into the details, but basically summarizing her comments, she said the amount of bitching and the amount of power trips a certain idol goes on correlates to their appearance, like to their
mm.
visuals.
So like the more hot they are,
Yeah,
hotter they are,
Yes.
they're gonna go on power trips.
Yeah. So among this big group they're talking about, like widely like perceived by the public, there's like probably three hot members, and two members aren't that hot, like appearance wise, visual wise. And she said like it's very interesting on how like the visuals correlate with their attitude, because like the more like kind of normal or like um, not very attractive they are, they become more
Uh,
well mannered. And
ah,
I found it very amusing. And the
I
top
can see why. I can see why.
mm,
They
so,
think of themselves, like the hotter girls think they, or the hotter guys think of themselves as a higher value asset. They're like, the team needs me. Like, this company needs me. Whereas if you're normal looking, then I guess you're usually there because of your talent,
mm,
your dancing talent. But I think in K-pop, like where it's a lot of visual focused, like that's relatively replaceable
mm.
compared to visuals, maybe. Yeah.
So yeah, what she said was like, so three of the members literally just come in the filming site. They don't even greet
Mm,
anybody. They just literally
mm,
sit down, wait for their job, and then when the camera goes on, they're super professional and they're flawless. But
mm,
before all of that and after all of that, they rarely do any interaction with the staff. They just like
mm.
sit there. But the other two are like super super friendly, and they're like
Ah,
like
I think I know who you're talking
yeah,
about.
greeting everybody around and
Yeah,
like
yeah,
being talkative
yeah,
and friendly to everybody. But the
yeah.
other three always have seem to have like some kind of
Mm,
you know superiority complex or something like that. But that's what I just heard.
mm,
So yeah, interesting stuff in the industry. So I guess the
mm.
more prettier and handsome and more famous you are, you get more attitude issues.
Uh, actually, yeah, looking back, I don't think I've seen, you know, uh, I don't want to call them ugly, but like not so pretty idols be ever assholes.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't think I've seen that ever.
Mm.
It's kind of funny.
And honestly, even among Red Velvet, Irene is the super like in Korea, in K-pop generally, Irene is like the top tier for
Right, right,
visuals.
right,
So
right.
yeah. Anyways,
Oh, you guys should show never mind. Uh yeah. How about the YouTube community? YouTube community. Well, honestly, like I'm not up to date on a lot of stuff because I don't like I used to be kind of like hearing a lot of shit and like going to meetups and shit like at least maybe a year or two ago. But then I got tired. I got exhausted. And, because there's like it's a constant game of like, oh, how what's your subscriber count? Like they always talk about the same boring ass shit. It's like, oh, what's your ad revenue like? It's like
oh
literally
yeah.
the most boring conversation. I do not want to jump into that conversation. Like I have very rarely had good interactions with other YouTubers. So it's except for maybe like, guys in the K-pop YouTube field. I like them. They're cool because we share an interest and we're also like in it together. But it's not like, when I go to random meetups, they're always like, just there are people that you'll never collaborate with, but they'll always say like, "Oh, let's collab,"
Oh yeah.
shit like that. It's very fake. Uh, like yeah, I'm not gonna collab with some random ass person. But anyway, yeah,
Another
basically,
fun thing about YouTubers
but
is that I've heard this from staff. This is actually YouTuber staff dynamics, but there are companies, there are management companies for YouTubers as well, and
oh yeah,
I've had some experience with the staff, uh, worked with them, but it was so funny hearing this. Like both sides, I think are evil. Both. I'm not taking any sides here, but the staff. Like this company is super big in Korea, and it's a prestigious company, And this staff, in order the people who work there, in order to enter this company, they need to graduate like very good universities. We call them Sky, or like at least close to that. So all of the people who work for this company are from Sky or from very good, American universities or whatever. And there are YouTubers. These people are the celebrities, and they got like 2 million subs, 3 million subs. Like they're the actual assets of this company. And when I was like drinking with these workers, they were like constantly complaining about their life because I mean the logic's pretty funny. They were like, okay, so did I pay my tuition fees, work my ass off, and like get first grades on SAT exams and enter Sky universities and like get a
I think that's a very dumb
I
logic.
know, get a graduate diploma, and then now I'm working for like a person who doesn't even have a college degree. She only barely like graduated high school or middle school, and now just because she has subscribers, she's bitching over me. She doesn't appear to appointments. When she appears, she doesn't even apologize. She's late. She does this and that with her fingers, and we just have to do all of her shit. We have to, clean up her ass, and we can't. We have to obey to them. And they were like, I think both sides are going on power trips here because like this side is like
Yeah,
this side
yeah,
they're thinking like they're the elite class. They're like the well educated, but they're unsatisfied because they're like doing chores for
that's a very dumb mentality.
but but at the same time
They don't
this
know how the
side
market
but at the
works.
same time this side is also leveraging their subscriber count or their influence to
Yeah,
bitch
yeah.
over the staff here. So it's like a
Mm,
double crossfire. And
right, right.
and I was like amused because I'm in neither. I'm actually in both sectors, and I was like, okay. And but this side was seriously frustrated about that, and they were like, oh, let me just quit this job because I can't take this anymore. I don't want to like, do
Mm.
chores for their uneducated asses and
Actually, that's why a lot of music companies they don't attract like highly educated people. It's because like the nature of music labels working in them, at least from the secondhand experiences that I've heard, is that everything revolves around essentially the artist, right? Like
right.
everything, you don't get to decide your time schedule. So like when it's like comeback season or when there's like when the artist has like schedules at like midnight and like they work from like 4 a.m. till midnight, right? Like they're very hardworking. So that means you also got to be in the company at like that time, and then when something happens, you got to go run and help your artist. Even if you're not the manager, like the manager's not the only one that's like taking care of shit in the company. So like a lot of these people, they first of all, it's not a well-paying job, and then second, they have to like support like this artist who's like, oh, I need this, I need that, and it's like at least like 10 to 20 years younger than
Right, right.
you. so uh, so people don't want to be in that position, and they think like, oh, I'm too big for this. Not big, but I'm overqualified to have this
Yeah,
job. That's why
yeah.
they leave. And I think except for maybe like the big three, not even the big three. Like I like the music industry is like it's like a rotating door,
Mm.
right? It's like people go in and go out like in a few months really fast. So there's a very high circulation rate in jobs. But yeah.
What I don't understand though, like about the actually, you know what? Actually, let me take a little bit of a side here. Like
Mm.
about the working staff, like the managers and the celebrities. Like there always might be exceptions, but for K-pop idols and YouTubers in general, the people who make it up there, the people who get really famous,
Yeah.
and they usually go through like multiple years of sacrificing their own life, hard
Right.
training. They have
Right.
talent themselves. They know how to speak
Yeah.
like four languages, and they
Yeah.
they seldomly sleep. So
They're probably like worked harder than the people that are complaining.
exactly, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like by social norms, by social terms, like education and diplomas and degrees all might matter and stuff, but if you just look at it of a quantitative view, like just effort wise, I feel like the celebrities and like the YouTubers might have worked even harder than this side. So I don't understand why these people, just because they have a higher
Yeah.
education, are like complaining.
I
Because
also
like
I also think that's a very dumb logic.
because
Yeah.
like like if you feel jealous or if you feel like they're getting overvalued, then do it for yourself. Like do it yourself. If you feel like you have the value enough to be over them, like do it yourself if it's that easy. So I mean, I just don't understand. So yeah, I do think like big celebrities with big names achieved it for themselves. There are cases that
Mm,
are not like that. Of course, there are cases that
mm.
a celebrity are overhyped just because of their visuals and stuff, even if they're just dumb or so, whatever. But still, I don't know. Like,
The idols don't have to be nasty, but sometimes staff and company treat them like crap, says Carlene.
yeah,
That's a good point. Um,
managers do not get paid well. They don't get paid well.
oh no.
Yeah.
Like you can just say like most people in a music company doesn't get paid well. It's
Mm.
a very low paying job.
I mean, I was surprised for my friend's
That's why I
friend.
quit.
My friend's
Mm.
friend, as I said before, like is the direct, staff manager for Stray Kids, and
Yeah,
he graduated our school, like Jungang
yeah,
University. It's
yeah.
not the best, but it's one of the best. And
I mean, it's like top 10. Yeah,
yeah, it's like top 10, and he graduated Jungang University
yeah,
Administration, Business
yeah.
Management, and that in
What does he
order to
earn?
get into business, you
I
need
want to see numbers.
what?
Just stop the story. What does he earn? I want to
Oh
know
yeah.
the.
Anyways, like
Skip the freaking
he
story. Yeah, okay.
graduated
He
top
graduated a
tier.
good college. What does he earn?
Top
As a
tier,
manager?
even better than us. But like now he's driving, now he's driving
Oh,
idols.
he's a road manager?
No, he does everything. He basically does everything. Yeah.
What? He
So
okay.
he does road. He does like
Why did he choose to do that job? I'm so
I
confused.
have
Why
no
would
idea.
he does he like stray kids?
I
I'm
have
so
no
confused.
idea. But like
So what they
so
yeah,
he earns
what does he earn?
he earns about like I'm not sure about this, but from what I've heard, he earns about like $2,500 to $3,000 per month.
Yeah, sounds about like right. That sounds about right.
Yeah, but
Uh yeah.
definitely not that much.
Um I think like all the managers, their future is dreaming of like making their own company because usually a lot of companies are made by managers because they know how to manage
Hmm.
and like really take care of the day-to-day stuff.
So what
Um,
I've heard from him is that like actually a lot of managers, ironically, and I think this is pretty stupid, but a lot of managers have a motive. Like it's either, like they're really interested into K-pop and they want to be in the entertainment industry because they just enjoy that kind of stuff, like all the
or they want to date an idol.
no, not like the behind the scenes tea. They like that kind of
Yeah,
stuff, so they
yeah.
enjoy that. Either that or they like, it's similar to like flight attendants. They because idols fly overseas a lot and they do the world tours. They get the perks as well. They go to fancy parties and places, and the
They
managers,
get to follow them.
yeah, the managers get to follow them and get those perks as well. So actually, they like from what I've heard, these
Yeah.
managers consider those things as big perks. Like they go to Paris, they go to
Uh,
London, they go to and when they're off
to
time,
manage,
yeah, but when they're
right?
off time, they get to travel for free. They get to fly, So it's a flashy life, but at the same time, if you get paid that much for like a irregular job and you have to be
Right.
summoned at
You
4
guys,
a.m.
if you guys think that's like a good job, like a good pay, well, you got to consider that this is not a 9 to 6 job. It's more like a 4 to 12 job.
Yeah.
Like I actually there's an idol dorm right across the street from where I live. Like I can see it right down the street.
Mm.
And I don't know which idol they are. I've never seen the actual idols, but I do know that they're idols because like they always have this huge fan waiting there, and like when it's like 1 a.m. usually they arrive, and then I never see them go out, but because it's usually like 4 a.m. 5 a.m. But when it's 1 a.m. they arrive.
Mm.
So you got to think like this is actually two jobs. They're working two jobs You have no private life. Like you have no weekends, right?
Mm.
No weekends. So you're essentially like working the same as the idol, but you're you're not able to sleep. Like that's the biggest problem is that a lot of the managers they always have to be on standby like 24/7. So like idols when they finish like one schedule and they're moving to the next, they can sleep in the band. The managers they can't sleep.
Mm.
So basically it's a very tough job. I would
Yeah.
never
Yeah.
imagine.
Yeah, and leftover fan gifts, I'm sure they receive them, but I don't
Oh
think
yeah.
that's enough to compensate that much work. So,
Oh, actually, one idol. I don't know who it was. I remember this story, but my friend told me that like his idol that he his company care for. So they would the fans would give a lot of fan gifts when they do international fan meets and stuff like that, or just local fan meets as well. What the managers did was, so the funny thing is like the idols, they they are very good at cherry picking the expensive
oh
ones.
yeah.
So like they go through this the presents and they just take out everything that's expensive, and then the rest would be the manager usually has a big suitcase, and the manager puts all the rest of the crap in the suitcase, and then he doesn't throw it away right on the spot because they'll get caught. So what he does is he actually recycles it at his own home. Like he recycles, like we have recycling days, so he throws it away that time in his house because he doesn't want to get caught, throwing it away on the spot. So yeah.
Okay. So yeah, that was basically
That's a
all the
T.
tills tea
That
spilled.
must suck though. That must suck though.
I
I
guess.
feel bad for people whose gifts got thrown away.
Mm. Yeah, I mean there was a meme back in the days on internet community saying like the most wanted job in Korea is G Dragon's manager. So yeah,
What?
the most wanted job in Korea is G Dragon's manager.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Why?
it's because like he goes to all these fancy places, all these fashion shows, and gets
Uh,
yeah these stuff. So
I mean, it must be cool seeing that shit up close. I would agree.
yeah.
But I don't think I could handle that lifestyle.
Mm,
Maybe if I was younger. Maybe if I was like 22.
mm. Anyways, I guess it's all personality and what kind of value you have in life. But I
Those
wouldn't.
gifts should be sent to orphanages. Well, the thing is, like, the reason why they throw it away, or sometimes the managers keep them, but like usually they throw it away. The reason why they throw it away is because like, if they send it to somebody or give it to somebody, then the word spread. That, oh, this idol, that this is a present that he received, but then like he gave it away to somebody else.
Mm,
Like that kind of word spread. So um, that's why they throw it away.
mm. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's that. I think we didn't cover BTS China and some other stuff, but
I
nobody
don't think we
cares
have to
about it.
cover that. Yeah.
Nobody cares about it. So
Who cares?
yeah, we're gonna have another DK news tomorrow, so look forward to that.
Oh fuck.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah.
Oh.
I'm gonna cover the Samsung dude. So
Okay.
yeah, you do other
Uh,
two. It's Danny's turn this time.
uh,
Okay, guys. So it's not hard to become a manager. All you have to have a college degree and some.
no, you need a driver's
Yeah,
license.
you need
That's
a
enough.
driver's license. Uh,
Driving is like 90% of your job.
mm,
You don't need a college degree, I don't think.
well,
I
the
don't think you
managers
need a
I know have a
college.
college degree, but I mean, if
I
you
mean,
want to be
everybody
like,
has a college degree in
if you want
Korea,
to have
but
like a head position among the
yeah.
managers, not a real manager, but
Usually, though, the thing is, men are preferred, unfortunately,
oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
because like they have a conception that this is a extremely physically taxing. It is a physically taxing job,
Mm-hmm.
and I've seen a few female managers actually. Like VAV had a female manager, but um, Like the road manager,
Mm.
the person who's like actually with them 24/7 is usually male.
Right.
Right.
The management team is usually
Even for
composed of
female
female.
idols, I think is usually male.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so guys, that was it for the after show. Thanks for coming in. Thanks for supporting us. I will be spilling more tea on
Ow.
new after shows. So yeah, look forward to tomorrow's DK news.
I'm gonna get another tattoo here.
Okay.
Bye.
So bye bye. Have a nice night, day, and I'm gonna go have lunch too. Bye bye. And do not share any of this content on Twitter or anywhere. We might sue you. Bye bye.